Okay, recording is started.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the March 10th meeting of the Freeport Regional Water Authority Board. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Chairperson Kennedy.
Aye, you're here, sorry.
That's okay. Member Patterson,
Present.
Member Coleman.
Is my
Present.
mic-
Yes, sir, we can hear you. And Member Natoli. And you have a quorum.
Thank you very much. With that, is there any public comment today?
We have not received any written or requests for verbal comment, but I do need to read the public comment procedures
Statement.
real quick.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
In compliance with directives of the county, state, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, this meeting is live streamed and closed to in-person public attendance. Meeting procedures are subject to change pursuant to guidelines related to social distancing and minimizing person-to-person contact. To make a verbal comment during the meeting on the day of the meeting, dial 916-875-2501 and follow the prompts. Clerk staff will contact you and transfer your call into the meeting to make a comment on a specific agenda item or off agenda item. Public comments will remain open until closed for a specific item or off agenda item. Written comment. Send an email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net. Mail a comment to 700 H Street, Suite 2450, Sacramento, California 95814. Written comments are distributed to members and filed in the record. And that concludes the statement.
Thank you very much. And we'll move to consent matters. Would you read well, we only have one consent matter. Is there anyone from the board who has any questions of the consent matter, which is simply the resolution authorizing the board to hold meetings via teleconference? Okay, hearing none. Is there any public comment on this, Madam Clerk?
No, sir, there are no public comments.
Is there a motion?
John Coleman moves the item.
Call me later.
Moved by Director Coleman, and Mr. Patterson, did you second that?
Yes, I second.
Okay, and seconded by Director Patterson. Please, roll call vote, please.
Member Kennedy,
Aye.
Member Patterson,
Aye.
Member Coleman,
Yes.
Member Natoli. And the motion carries with Member Natoli being absent.
Thank you. And regretfully, we're at item number 3. Please read that into the record.
Item number 3 is the Freeport Regional
Another
Water Authority
meeting.
staff appointments. Carrie Schmitz, Program Manager.
Mr. Peterson,
Yeah,
where is yours?
morning. Michael Peterson, Agency Engineer for the Sacramento County Water Agency. We're asking your board to approve the attached resolution to authorize Carrie Schmitz of the Water Agency to act as the Freeport Regional Water Authority Program Manager effective today. On January 13th, your board had appointed Forrest W. Williams Jr. As the Freeport Program Manager. Sadly, Mr. Williams passed away unexpectedly on February 12th. So we are now moving to fill that unfortunate vacant position with Carrie Schmitz. Carrie Schmitz is currently the chief of the Division of Water Supply for the Sacramento County Department of Water Resources and is familiar with all aspects of agency operations. She's been involved with operations since she became chief of the Water Supply Division. As you're aware, the East Bay Mud and the Water Agency alternately appoint members to fill the chair of the Operations and Maintenance Committee and the Program Manager positions. Mr. Cortez of East Bay Mud has already been appointed by this board to serve as the FREWA OMC chair. In 3 years, these positions will be reappointed as per the agreement. With that, I have nothing further.
Thank you. And before I go to board questions, Mr. Briggs, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing to add on this matter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions or comments from board members?
I have a
Yes, sir.
question, I guess. Obviously we're in support of this, unfortunately. I was hoping there would be a resolution as part of the agenda for Forrest and his activities. And I know we can't vote on that now. It's not agendized, but maybe in the future, or maybe if we have in principle, we support a resolution for his activities for he and his family and be able to move that forward.
I think that what we'll do is we'll take that as direction to staff. So at our next meeting, we will have that on the agenda, and that's a great idea. Thank you, Director Coleman. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I will only say that, we had a special emergency meeting on this in which, both East Bay Mud and the county participated. And, while we all know how unfortunate the circumstance is, I think that it is to the benefit of both organizations that we have someone like Carrie who's, but not only ready is probably the wrong word, but willing and prepared, most importantly, to step up into this position. So I thank you, Carrie, for doing that. Is there any public comment?
No, sir, there are no public comments.
Okay, then will you please roll call vote?
Could I have a motion and a second?
Oh, I thought we had one. The chair will move. Is there a second?
John Coleman will second.
Second.
Thank you. Member Kennedy,
Aye.
Member Patterson?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. I want
Member
to be
Col-
sure.
Thank you. Member Coleman
Yes.
and Member Natoli. And the motion carries with Member Natoli being absent.
Okay. Thank you very much. And if there's no other comments of the board, that brings us to our adjournment. And I would like to adjourn in memory of Forrest Williams.
Chair Kennedy?
I've now been on a number of, yes, okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Chair Kennedy. Just wanted to raise a couple issues just before we adjourn. Our next meeting is in April, and we may have some difficulty with the date that we had previously scheduled for that date due to your conflicts among the board members. So you may want to discuss whether or not we want to change the date of that meeting or proceed with the 3 remaining board members. Also, the board may want to consider whether or not they want to attend virtually next time or in person, which for this board, as you know, means basically meeting in separate cities that are, at a publicly disclosed location. But nonetheless, that would be a change. And so you may want to discuss among yourselves whether or not you want to meet virtually or not next time. And then just a couple of other real comments while I have the floor here. Carrie did a great job speaking at Forest service, which was a lovely service. And I was very honored and proud to attend that and hearing from everybody. And then lastly, if the board has not previously met Roberto Cortez, he's a longtime employee at the district and he knows more about Freeport operations than anybody. So I'm very glad he's the chair. So thank you.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Briggs. Does the board have any problem with having our next meeting in this? It's kind of a unique situation because we never meet in person anyway. But maintaining this format for the next meeting and then going to our old format in the following meeting?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Patrick?
Yes.
Yes, Director Natoli.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, I just joined those just a bit late and I just wanted to say I didn't hear all the previous comments and I appreciate the introduction of the gentleman, but I too had a chance to view some of the service. I didn't get a chance to hear Carrie speak to it, but I wanted to say I know you did a wonderful job yesterday at our board meeting on Tuesday, certainly acknowledging Forrest. I wanted to thank you for that, certainly as chair of the authority. Just wanted to again add my comments to certainly condolences to Forrest's family, certainly to all of his colleagues, those with the county, but also with the Freeport, because his role, as you said so eloquently the other day, was absolutely critical in the years we were working to put all this together, and certainly has been ever since as well. So again, heartfelt sympathies to him and his family, but to all of you who worked very closely with him. And I know Carrie, obviously you were side by side with him for many, many years, and big loss to this organization. And thank you, Mr. Chair, for your work. And I know heartfelt adjournment of our board of supervisors meeting on Tuesday. So just wanted to add that. Thanks.
Thank you, Director Natoli. Is there anyone else?
Supervisor Kennedy, can I chime in just very briefly?
Yes, you may.
I'm sorry. I know adjournment is just right around the corner. I did just want to take the opportunity to introduce myself for those who have not met me before. I am Division Chief for SCWA and for Department of Water Resources. I had the privilege of working with Forrest for, I think, 20 years. I think Forrest and I worked together for over 20 years. And it was a privilege, and I'm shocked and so very sad to lose Forrest. But and especially given his role in Freeway, his history in Freeway, that's just simply, you can't replace that. And I will not commit to bringing that to the table. However, I do have a history with Freeway. I've worked with Forrest for many years, and I truly am looking forward to this opportunity and engaging in Freeway. And the East Bay Mud Partnership is so very important to SCWA, and working with David and Roberto so far has been a pleasure. And I will try to fill Forrest's very large shoes, but hopefully you're all patient as I kind of work through the learning curve. But looking forward to the opportunity, looking forward to working with all of you. And thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, Carrie. And literally large shoes. So if that's all, then we will adjourn, and I would like to adjourn in the memory of
Yes,
Forrest. I'm just not doing this well today. Yes, sir, Mr. Patterson.
I just wanted to join in on Carrie's remarks and say that I did have people in attendance, and I join with you in both the remarks at the memorial and my remembrance of Forrest over the many years that we have worked together. And I just wanted to add that to the comments. I reported on that to East Bay Mud Board as well.
Thank you, Director Patterson. Now I'm going to say, are there any more comments? Okay, with that, we will finish the world's longest adjournment in memory of Forrest Williams. I will say that I have heard now multiple adjournments and honors and tributes to Forrest in the past couple of weeks. And what I will leave with is not necessarily his professional accomplishments, which we're all very keenly aware of, but I think what really sticks to me is that there's few times in the world that we meet people who, upon their passing, you can say, the world's not as kind of place as it used to be. So Forrest was one of those. We're adjourned.
Thank you.